Walker Harding started his own board game company called Joey and released 3 games at the same time. And I think Busy Beaks is the best of the 3. Well, let's talk about it.
Spoiler alert.
What does that even mean, Bowers game?
Ahoy there, you two. We're back again for another Thoughts in the Corner. My good friend Lucy and my good friend Ronnie. And we're talking about Busy Beaks, a card game about Australia's bird life. This is for 2 to 4 players. Take 30 minutes to play. It's for ages 8+. And in Busy Beaks, this is a game in which you're going to start by setting out 7 of these different kinds of birds. They have these cool little things you can put them in. Tuck boxes. And each of these birds is going to have its own unique special abilities. At the beginning of the game, you're going to set up whichever 7 cards you'd like. And then you're going to set out the board. Everybody's going to get cards. And on your turn, what you're going to do, first thing, optional, is you can play a card from your hand. Now, each of these bird cards is going to have its own unique special ability. And there will be a card out there that tells you exactly what they can do. So, for instance, this one means you get to draw 5 cards, keep 2 of the cards, and put 3 of those cards into the discard pile. This one means you get to swap up to 1 to 3 cards from your hand onto the player board. So you can essentially get it. This one lets you take 2 cards from the player board, but they have to be different. So each of these birds is going to have their own little different quirk that they can do. What you're trying to do is collect a set of 5 of these birds, because if you can collect a set of 5, then you get the topmost row of eggs, and you'll start off with 5, then you'll go to 4, to 3, to 2, and these are victory points. All right? So play a card if you'd like, collect a set if you have enough cards to do it, and then you draw a card. And that's the whole gist of the game. Play a card if you'd like, do the thing, the stuff that I said. And that's it. That's the whole game. It is really simple at its core, but where the game gets interesting is there's a whole bunch of variability with the different birds and how you put them in there. And that's pretty much everything you need explained, I guess.
Yeah.
So thoughts on the game?
Yeah, this is probably like the most complicated of the original 3.
So there's
But
3 games from Joey, yeah.
Yeah, 3 games from Joey that you'll see: Scribbly Gum, Pass the Party Food, and Busy Beaks. And this was probably the most complicated of them, but even then, it's still simple enough where this is definitely an introduction game of just hey, card games have evolved these past years in board gaming, and this is your first time with unique abilities. You have victory points, which are represented in eggs. And it's a simple game. You draw a card, you play a card, you gotta have a set, and you can draw a card at the end of the game, and yeah, you learn about iconography. This is a good introduction game, I think.
So, gateway game. So yeah, because we're going to look at it from two different perspectives. Gateway game, family game. I think gateway game, I'm with you. What do you think about this as a family weight game?
Family weight game, it definitely would be for the older kids. And some people for this one, it'd be possibly, if I introduce them for a couple of other games, I'd probably introduce this later on. But I think this is more of an introduction of just hey, you seem to really like board games. Let me show you a little bit more advanced ones that we deal with. Because how many players does it go up to now?
It only goes up to 4, which is a bit of a bummer. So, here's the other question. Would you want to play this on another game night? Would you be interested in playing on another game night?
If it's just an opener game, we're waiting for somebody to come in who are hey, why you, how you didn't think Ronnie was going to come.
So not much meat. Yeah. You want more meat.
It's not, it's good as an opener game.
Okay.
But definitely not, it wouldn't be if you're oh, guys, we're going to be playing this for the whole session, it's probably not.
I will say, and I want to hear what you think about this as well, I think it depends on the level of your game night. If you've evolved into playing much more stuff, then I don't think so. But if you haven't, and it's oh, but wait, there's all these other ones that I want to try out, I could see people playing, at a bare minimum, potentially 2. Just let's completely get new cards or something like that. But what do you think, Ronnie?
So, yeah, I did enjoy this game. I played one game. I am definitely interested to see more cards. So I would be excited to play more games of this.
And yeah, I was looking at the cards. They add more, layers, a little bit more complexion, some attack cards. There's some meat here to explore.
Oh,
yeah, so I played one game of it. I enjoyed that game. I'm excited to play more games. In the back of my head, though, I do fear that I'm not sure how many more games of it I would want to play.
11.
I don't know. I would have to play more games to actually know, but in the back of my head, I have a hunch, after 5 games, I might be done with this. I don't know.
It's not a bad number, though. There's a lot of other games where it's 5, we're not even getting there. Especially considering, once again, I want want to stress, this is for ages 8+. And I think this game hits a very sweet spot for me. I think I'm going to say I like this game better than both of you. Of being what I call a chameleon game. A game that I think can fit in just about any situation. Because I do think I can absolutely teach this to my 7-year-old. Because while you think it's a little bit more complex, I think at its core, there's only 7 cards you have to explain. So at the beginning of the game, you say, this card does this, this card does this, this card does this, this card does this. And that's it. Like, because I want to over-explain this game of what you do, but no, it's super simple. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, choices were interesting. I always felt like I had choices. I always felt like there was a viable path for the most part for me to go. There's a race element that I didn't even discuss, where the first person to get a set of each one gets like an egg, which is like a bonus point, which is pretty cool. And I'm talking myself more into this game. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think this is a great family game, and I think I would put it as a very good game night style game. And I think the fact that you said, yeah, I think around 5 games, I don't know if I'd go more than that. I think that, like, how many games have you...
And I do not, I don't actually, I truly don't know. That's what I would fear, only of playing one. But like I said, I want to play a second game. That want is there. I want to see some more cards.
That's a big want.
So, I mean, that is a very positive thing to say.
Do you have the want, Lucy?
I mean, I would not be opposed to this. It's a nice opener game.
Anytime Lucy says nice, it's a red flag for me. Like, oh, Lucy didn't like it.
No, I like the game. It is very. It's a simple game.
We also were playing with the base cards,
yes.
which the suggested ones.
Definitely, like the cards. Like again, the whole interest of this game is going to be the cards themselves. Like how many special abilities, what can you do, and balancing. But it is a little bit simple for me. And
okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great gateway game. Like out of all the first 3 games for the Joey collection, I think this one is the best like gateway game. Like if you want to teach someone like, hey, card games have evolved. We have this now. Special abilities matter. Victory points are a thing. This is the best game.
Also, has a really well done how to play video as well.
Yes.
Always like to mention that.
All of these have a really good.
I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this and see if it's as weird as I think it sounds. I got like a weird Dominion feel from this.
I did as well.
Yeah,
I did as well.
I mean, you're not really.
You don't have control as much, but
no. But you are picking cards because like a lot of this, like these cards that are outside, you have the potential to have in your hand. And that's extra powers. Like I remember one time, I was like, I kind of want to complete a set, but this gives me 3 cards. That gives me a better chance to get my set. To be honest.
And that's where I think this game could really shine. Like, I think if this game were to get popular enough, an expansion immediately bumps up my thoughts on this by, like, a solid point. Because then it's just more variability, much like Dominion. Like, the more you have with Dominion, the better Dominion gets because of how the system is built. And I don't know if I love this system, but it's close. It's close. Like, I'm really excited to play this with my kids. Because the other thing we haven't even mentioned, because we're just like board gaming grognards, is that there's a...
It's a grognard.
I don't know. It's a word an old guy that I know uses. He uses it a lot. There's lots of thematic stuff here. Like, they really tried... Like, on the back, it talks about the different birds, and it has, like, flavor text about the birds. And I think if you have kids who love animals, I think this one is going to be...
Birds specifically.
Yes.
Specifically birds. If they like cats, this is the worst game for them.
Scoring is easy to learn, easy to teach. I think damn fun gameplay. I think this is a great game. So here's the question I always like to ask. If I were going to hand you this game, would it warrant a spot on your shelf?
You know what? Probably more so than the other games, yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm 50-50. Probably, maybe, I don't know.
5 games is like, I don't know. I only get 5 games of it. How many games of yours have you played 5 times?
See, it is a different thing to be done after 5 and only ever happening to get around 5.
Yeah. Like some of us love a game that nobody wants to play.
It's just different.
Even though they bring it to every game night.
So would it warrant a spot on your shelf?
I don't know. The funny thing is, I don't like Dominion. I don't like Dominion.
I knew you had opinions as soon as first mentioned Dominion. You had this face of like, let me just go on over.
So
Dominion has the issue of like taking too long of a turn. This
I don't know.
Turns are short.
Turns are short. Yeah, very short.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It's weird not knowing. I usually know things.
He doesn't know. I know. I think it's great. I recommend this one. Above the 3 Joey games, I think this is the one that definitely has the longest legs. I think I could bring this to any game night, and if I had the 2 to 4 player count, that kind of sucks just a wee bit.
Yeah.
But have this one up and taught, say 5-10 minutes. I think there's interesting choices. I was looking through the cards, and they sound like I want to play with some of these cards.
Plastic boxes are really nice because sometimes plastic baggies get.
It would probably have a place on my shelf.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 3 for 3.
It probably would.
Busy Beaks, a game about Australians' bird life. I think, and here's the other thing. I think this one could be very highly rated as well, potentially, because I think if you have a group that likes this game, I could see people smashing on this, especially with more of these. But there you go. Busy Beaks, a card game about Australia's bird life. We all agree the best one of the Joey 3?
No, I would say Scribbly Gum
Oh,
would be
I
my
see.
favorite.
Busy
There's a itch that one scratches for me more so than because like maybe this is a better game. Like this is more of a gamer game for sure. I mean this has some more, but like I know when I would bring that out and it would be brought out.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this
So
one does have
that-
a lot of competitors with it, but I think this one has a nice niche that it doesn't. That competitors doesn't.
People love birds, too. Plus, the scoring is
They
simple.
do.
I think I already mentioned that, but yeah. That's Busy Beaks. Looks like might be a cup of tea. Be sure to check this one out. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 17,000 subscribers in 2023 and make it my biggest year ever. And in the comments below, let me know what's your least favorite bird.
Woodpecker.
Woodpecker.
Hate them.
They're very annoying.
them.
They can be very annoying.
I once threw a rock at a woodpecker from a good distance away, and I somehow hit it. I was very impressed with myself. I did not expect to hit because I was just trying to get the bird to go away,
And
I ended up
it.
hitting the bird with the rock. I was happy with myself.
All right.
You just
They
damage
ruin
an
trees,
animal.
right? Like they kill
They
trees.
were they were pecking on my house.
Oh,
Just
Jesus. They peck on houses?
yeah. If you have wood paneling on the
I thought
outside.
you were just being a jerk. Like, hey, get out of my tree. Like, oh, yeah.
The woodpecker was pecking on my house. It woke me up.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
What about you?
Any bird that like chirps at like.
I thought you
even
were going to
this
say
morning.
any bird, hard stop.
Any bird.
Honest, all birds. No, there's like this morning, this bird chirped at like 7 a.m. like a car alarm, and I was just over it.
Damn you! Don't you know the time? I'm gonna go with geese. I hate geese. Every time I go to the park and they're there, and it's illegal to hit them with your car where I live.
No.
I mean, not that I would, but I mean, I just thought it was
Made that
interesting.
law.
I don't know. It's
Do we
just-
not have enough geese?
Well, here's the thing that speaks to me. I'm not saying I want to hit a goose with my car, by the way.
But
I'm just saying the
you
fact
wouldn't be
that so
allowed
many
to do
people
that.
hate geese enough that they had to put in a law. Like, there's no law like you can't hit a sparrow. That's not a law. But geese, you can't hit them because everybody wants to hit them. Not me, though, because that's bad. I also don't throw birds at...
Law-abiding citizens over here.
Dude, you killed a woodpecker.
I did not kill the woodpecker. I made him go away.
By beating it with a rock.
But let me know in the comments below what's your least favorite bird. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.